CBSE class 10. Today we are going to look at the story, two stories about flying. And this is present in the book of First Flight, CBSE class 10 English book. His First Flight, the first story of this is written by Liam O'Flaherty, and Black Aeroplane has been written by Frederick Forsyth. So now presently we are going to look at the very first story of this story, and that is his First Flight, which is written by Liam O'Flaherty. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. His two brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. He had been afraid to fly with them. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to the brink of the ledge and attempted to flap his wings, he became afraid. Now here we are told about the story of the young seagull. He was unable to fly. His brothers and sister had flown a day before, and he was sitting at the ledge at the corner of one of the hills, and he was quite afraid to fly because he thought that when I will fly I'll fall down. So somehow he took a little run forward, but then he was afraid again and he did not fly with them. The great expanse of sea stretched down beneath, and it was such a long way down, miles down. He felt certain that his wings would never support him. So he bent his head and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge, where he slept at night. What he did was, when he came to the corner running, then he saw that the sea was quite deep and it was long, and that too from that ledge towards the sea, it was a very long height. And for him, he felt that my wings will not support me, and so he became afraid and he ran back to the hole where he used to live under the ledge. Even when each of his brothers and his little sister, whose wings were far shorter than his own, ran to the brink, flapped their wings and flew away. Now his brothers and sister had wings which were shorter than that of his, but they came to the brink, they flapped their wings and then they flew away. But he was quite afraid, though his wings were larger than their wings. He failed to muster up courage to take that plunge, which appeared to him so desperate. Because he could not gain the courage. Muster up courage means he could not collect his courage in order to help him to fly, and so it appeared to him that he was desperate, that I would fall down if I fly from here. His father and mother had come around, calling to him shrilly, upbraiding him, threatening him to let him starve on his ledge unless he flew away, but for the life of him he could not move. Now his mother and father also had many times scolded him. Upbraiding means scolded him. They called him in a shrill voice that come this side, and if you will not fly and come towards the other side, we will not give you any kind of food and you will remain hungry at that ledge. Still, he was quite afraid that I would fall down, and so he did not obey them. That was 24 hours ago, and this incident had happened 24 hours ago. Since then, nobody had come near him. 24 hours before, his mother and father and his brother, sister, they had flown away. His mother, father had called him, but nothing happened. And now, since that 24 hours till now, nobody from his family members had come towards him. The day before, all day long, he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sister, perfecting them in the art of flight, teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for the fish. He saw that his mother and father in the last 24 hours had been flying with his brothers and sister, and they had taught them how to fly, how to make your way through the river, and how to dive deep in order to catch a fish. He had in fact seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it. And he also noticed that one of his brothers, the elder brother, had plunged into the sea and he had caught a herring fish and then he devoured it. That means it swallowed it. Standing on a rock while his parents circled around raising a proud cackle. When he did this, then his parents, they were proud of his elder brother and they cackled in order to encourage him that he had done well. And all morning the whole family had walked about on the big plateau midway down the opposite cliff, taunting him with his cowardice. And then since the morning, the whole family, they had been flying all over above him and on a big plateau which was midway, and they all were taunting him that he was a coward bird. The sun was now ascending the sky, blazing on his ledge that faced the south. He felt the heat because he had not eaten since the previous nightfall. Now the sun was little by little rising up, and the heat of the sun could be felt by his body because he was on the south, and now the sun's rays were direct on his ledge, but he felt the heat so you can say sharply because he had not had his lunch or his dinner since the night. He stepped slowly out to the brink of the ledge, and standing on one leg with the other leg hidden under his wing, he closed one eye, then the other, and pretended to be falling asleep. Now he came to the brink of the ledge. He stood on one of his legs and hid the other leg underneath his wings. Then he closed one eye, then the other eye, right? And he was trying to pretend that he was falling asleep. Still, they took no notice of him. Still, his family members did not pay attention to him. He saw his two brothers and his sister lying on the plateau, dozing with their heads sunk into their necks. Then he saw that his two brothers and his sister, they were lying on the plateau and they were dozing with their heads, they were sink into their body, into their necks. His father was preening the feathers on his white back. Preening means to maintain the feathers. So his father with his beak was trying to maintain the arrangement of his feathers. Only his mother was looking at him. She was standing on a little high hump on the plateau. Now all of the family members were busy. He could notice that only his mother was looking at him constantly. She was standing on the top of a plateau. Her white breast thrust forward. Now and again she tore at a piece of fish that lay at her feet and then scraped each side of her beak on the rock. Now what she did was, her breast was outside and at her feet there was a fish. So she was trying to tear the pieces of that fish with her beak and then try to scrap each side of her beak on the rock. The sight of the food maddened him. Now he could not resist, that little young seagull. He could not resist himself because he was feeling quite hungry. He saw that his mother was having her lunch. How he loved to tear food that way, scraping his beak now and again to wet it. Now what he did was, he longed to have that food because he liked to tear the fish and then eat it, and then used to scrap his beak on the rock in order to sharpen the edges of his beak so that he could give a nice bite on the fish. Ga, 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 he cried, begging her to bring him some food. Now he, with his voice, ga, 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 he called at his mother as if requesting her to bring that food towards him. Go, Kola, she screamed back derisively. Then his mother, she gave another call, Gokala, as if she is trying to tell him or say him that he is a very stupid fellow. But he kept calling plaintively, and after a minute or so he uttered a joyful scream. His mother had picked up a piece of the fish and was flying across to him with it. Now what he did, that he constantly kept on calling, ga, 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 ga. And ultimately, after a few seconds, he was quite happy because he saw that his mother had picked up the fish and was flying towards him. He leaned out eagerly, tapping the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer to her as she flew across. But when she was just opposite to him, she halted, her wings motionless, the piece of fish in her beak almost within reach of his beak. He waited a moment in surprise, wondering why she did not come nearer, and then, maddened by hunger, he dived at the fish. Now, what happened was his mother had played a trick. She was flying towards him, he was standing this side, she flew towards him, and then in midway she stopped. Now he became mad. He became mad that why his mother is not coming towards him and giving that fish. He had stood at the brink of that ledge. Now what he did was he wanted to have that fish anyhow because he was quite hungry. So what he did was he dived to get that fish. And in that way what happened was he started flying. What happened was with a loud scream he fell outwards and downwards into the space. Now he started screaming that what has happened to me, and he started falling downwards into the space. Then a monstrous terror seized him and his heart stood still. Immediately he became afraid and his heartbeat started stopping at that moment. He could hear nothing, but it only lasted a minute. It seemed as if all his senses of hearing had gone away. But it only lasted for a minute, all his fear and the loss of sense of hearing. The next moment he felt his wings spread outwards, and next moment he felt as if his wings had opened immediately and they helped him to fly. The wind rushed against his breast feathers, then under his stomach and against his wings. He could feel the tips of his wings cutting through the air. Now, as we know, the bird's body is streamlined, it helps it to push its way through the air. So he felt that the wind was blowing towards his breast and towards his stomach, his body, and he felt as if the wings were cutting their way through the air and helping him to fly and making the way through the air. He was not falling headlong now, he was soaring gradually downwards and outwards. He was no longer afraid. Now he felt that he was not falling down, as if he felt initially that I would fall headlong. But now he was not falling, he had no fear at all now. His wings were helping him to fly downwards, upwards in the air. He just felt a bit dizzy. Then he flapped his wings once and he soared upwards. Ga 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 ga, gao kola. His mother swooped past him, her wings making a loud noise. He was just feeling a bit dizzy because it was the first time that he was working hard with his wings, so he felt a bit dizzy, as if sleepy. But then he did what? He tried to soar more high. He tried to fly more high upwards in the air. And ga 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 go kala, all these sounds were made by his mother, who was flying beside him and flapping her wings very loudly. He answered her with another scream. Then his father flew over him screaming. It seemed as if his mother and father were quite happy because his father also flew beside him and he also started screaming, and he also answered them in a scream. He saw his two brothers and his sister flying around him, curvating and banking and soaring and diving. Then he saw that his two brothers and his sister were also flying around him. They were trying to fly just like a horse, running so fast, just as a horse runs fast. Similarly, they were trying to fly very high and very fast in the sky. Then they were diving into the sea, then again soaring up high, then again going down into the sea and then soaring up high. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly and commended himself to dive and soar and curve, shrieking shrilly. He immediately forgot that he had never flown into the air, and it seemed as if he was enjoying this flight. So he tried to soar high, he tried to dive, and he was shrieking also, he was screaming loudly. He was near the sea now, flying straight over it. Facing straight out over the ocean, he saw a vast green sea beneath him, with little ridges moving over it, and he turned his beak sideways and cawed amusedly. Now he was doing what? He was flying near the sea now, and he just watched while crossing straight away that a vast ocean was also that side, and then he saw downwards and he could see green sea because of the grasses that are present inside the sea. And he tried to beak sideways, and he started making his noise amusedly, as if he was quite amused, quite entertained by seeing the scene. His parents and his brothers and sister had landed on this green flooring ahead of him. They were beckoning to him, calling shrilly. Now his parents, his brothers, sisters, they all had landed on that green sea, and they were calling at him. They were gesturing him. Beckoning means to signal for a call. So they were trying to call him to come towards them. He dropped his legs to stand on the green sea. His legs sank into it. Then he immediately, what he did was he dropped his legs into the sea, and he found that his legs were sinking into the sea. He screamed with fright and attempted to rise again, flapping his wings. He was quite afraid that I would drown into the sea, so he screamed. And then he tried to flap his wings in order to move above. But he was tired and weak with hunger, and he could not rise. Now since he was hungry since last night, since last 24 hours, so he was quite weak. He was tired also of flapping the wings, and so he could not rise that much high as he wanted. Exhausted by the strange exercise, his feet sank into the green sea, and then his belly touched it, and he sank no further. Since he was quite exhausted by flapping the wings, it was just an exercise for him. For the very first time, if we do an exercise, naturally the very first day, anybody who does an exercise is quite tired. Similarly, this bird, this young seagull, was also quite tired, and so he did what? He did not make any attempt. His legs sank into the sea, his belly also touched the sea water, but then he did not sink further. He was floating on it, and around him his family was screaming, praising him, and their beaks were offering him scraps of dogfish. He had made his first flight. Now he found that he was floating on that river very smoothly, and his family members were quite happy. They were praising him for showing such a courage. They were giving him scraps of dogfish into his beak. They were bringing some food, giving into his beak. Now this was his very first flight. So here ends the very first story of the story of two flights, in which we have seen how a young seagull, initially who could not fly, how his mother had encouraged him when she brought the fish near to him, and he, in order to catch that fish, made his first flight. Initially he was afraid, but then later on all his fear had gone by, and his wings started opening up, and he enjoyed that flight. So this was the very first story. The second story we'll see in the next video. Till then, keep on practicing, keep on reading this story, make the points very, very clear. Look at the answers of this story into your NCERT CBSE solutions from the website. Thank you.